Coming up.
The cameras are rolling, sweetie.
Oh, we go.
The best info right here on the
sweating.
OF.
I'm actually really nervous.
You should be. On today's episode, honey, this sausage is coming quick.
No, I love my girls.
I know you do.
The-
Oh, I know you do,
Okay.
honey. The word gets around. Trust. We have you know how dolphins communicate? Yeah, dolls have a similar, situation. So,
Okay, fun.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
I mean, I've seen it in everything.
How did you start to build that love for yourself then? And,
Through acceptance.
okay.
I think I had to accept that I was a unicorn.
Yeah.
And that was going to look and be a challenging thing.
Meet Harry Jowsey, reality TV heartthrob. He's been loved, ghosted, cancelled, and kissed. He's spilled his guts.
I did what?
In a world of ghosting and dodging red flags, Harry's filling his boyfriend's toolbox one lesson at a time. It's Harry Jowsey, boyfriend material.
Oh, I hope you're ready. I hope
No,
somebody
I'm
clued
nervous
you
now.
into who I was,
Yeah,
sweetie.
no,
'Cause
no.
I'm not going to be your average transsexual.
No.
They have all set up in here and tried to be pretty and cute with you. Oh, no, we're
no.
talking cocks, uncut, get ready.
Wow.
Hope the cameras are rolling, sweetie.
Oh, we
The
go.
best info right here
I'm
on the
sweating.
OF.
I'm actually really nervous.
You should be.
Oh my god. All right. Wow. Okay.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. I don't even know what we're going to do today, but it's going to be fun. All right. What is going on, you naughty little sausages? This week, I'm joined by world-class choreographer, iconic lip sync assassin, and queen of the green, the one and only Laganja Estranja. How you doing?
Well, first off, sausage. Really? We're not going to get possum?
Oh, would you want?
That
did you want
feels
pos-
very transphobic.
No,
The
no,
little
no.
sausages.
No.
Wow, coming for my HRT already. Wow. What a way to start.
No.
Not even little chickens, little possum, sausages. You heard it here, honey.
I didn't even.
I'm fucking with
No,
you.
I didn't even think.
I'm fucking with you.
Wait, can you?
I love a good sausage.
You do?
As long
Okay.
as it's uncut.
No way.
Absolutely. I want to pull it back and get a surprise.
Like cheese?
Well, not cheese surprise.
Wait,
I mean,
what-
I want to see the shape of the head reveal itself.
No way.
Yes way.
See, I'm cut.
Of course you are. You're Australian.
There's uncut penis in Australia.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
And?
What's wrong with being
There's nothing
tidied up?
wrong with being tied up.
Tidied up.
Oh, tidied up.
Yeah.
Well, first off, how dare you assume that uncut is messy? You know, it's all about the caretaker. Okay?
I've heard of horror stories.
I'm sure you have. Well,
Yeah.
you hang out with interesting girls,
Yeah.
so not surprised there.
Wait, why do we like uncut cock?
Well, I like men of color, particularly Latino men, most of
Okay.
which are uncut. Also, my first boyfriend was uncut, so it was like what I was exposed to first.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's just like if you see a
It's also, easier to get them off. They're more sensitive, so I don't have to take as long.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's coming quick.
Well, you might be, but on
Wait.
today's episode, honey, this sausage is coming quick.
Oh, I need to learn how to do that.
The tongue pop.
Yeah, I was with my friend Anita, and she learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And she couldn't stop doing it because our friend Markel was doing it really well. And then I was the only one that couldn't get it. So how do you do it? How do you do the tongue
You
pop?
want to take the middle of your tongue,
Yep.
force it to the back of the roof of your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and diagonally pull it forward. That's all right.
This is embarrassing.
No, it's just not a skill meant for you.
I want to get it though.
I'm sure.
Can you sell me on weed? Because I hate it.
Can I sell you on weed?
Yeah, because I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
I accidentally spiked myself one time. I ate a whole chocolate bar. I thought it was real chocolate.
Well, that's why. You can't start with edibles.
Well, it just...
They're
it
too
just-
intense.
It ruined my
Have
life.
you smoked like a joint? Like a
Of
normal
course.
person?
Yeah.
And you didn't like that?
Well, I just turned into an idiot. Well, I'm always
Well,
stupid. Yeah.
I was about to say.
No.
Was it the weed or was it the DNA?
Yeah. No, I just feel like for some reason I just turned so stupid and I just hate that.
Yeah. Well, I like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to be dumb and stupid. Yeah. I like to be relaxed. I like to have my nervous system,
Okay.
equaled out.
Yeah.
How can I sell you on weed?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Weed is not for everyone. Weed is a medicine. Not every medicine works for every type of person, right? So it may just not work for you. You may just be the rare 10%. Because I would say 90% of people need to smoke weed.
Need to?
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially in today's climate. Oh, yeah, we all need to light a blunt.
Really?
We do. Yeah, there's too much going on.
Yeah, let's all smoke up.
You know, let's just go outside, touch grass, smoke grass. Yeah. But the edibles are fierce. I always tell people, like, if you're new to the ganja gang, don't start with an edible.
Yeah, why? Why are they so strong?
It digests in your system differently. It is harder to range, like how quickly it will affect you. It also is just more intense in the body. I find like when you smoke, it's more of a head high, and edibles are more of a body high, which is why I like to use them to go to sleep.
Well, okay, so you have it every night before bed? Is that?
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a type of strain that's like better for beginners, or like what are you taking? What do you?
Well, I'm of course smoking that Laganja, her bold sativa blend, available at Sway Dispensary.
There we go. Ding.
No, the best way to start, I would say, is to look at the terpenes. So
Terpenes?
Yeah, we often categorize weed by sativa or indica. Sativa is known for being awake, energetic, creative. Indica is known for more calming effects, something you would take more at night. It also has like a side effect of giving you the munchies. So I would say first kind of figure out which one of those two that you want, and then you look at the terpenes. So terpenes are what is giving the plant its flavor profile, but they're also what are giving you those specific effects I just talked about. So for instance, when we're looking at creativity, we're going to look at the terpene limonene, which is very strong in my product that I sell. So I love a creative energy. I love something that's going to be a stimulant, kind of keep me awake. It's also a little bit of an appetizer suppressant. So I like to look for cannabis that has limonene because those are the kind of effects that I'm looking to receive from that medicine.
You're a scientist.
Not a scientist, but I am a cannabis advocate.
Wow.
And yeah, it's something I've been in that industry for 10 years now, so I do take it pretty seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what are people getting wrong about cannabis then? Like, is there something that, like a
Well, I just
stigma?
think people are overdosing. I think that unfortunately, you know, people are trying to be cool. They're trying to fit in. They're not sure about where their product comes from, how it was grown. So they're just diving into the unknown. And I think that is true with any sort of like, you know, medicinal activity. I don't want to say drugs because I don't consider cannabis a drug. I really do consider it medicine. But I think when it comes to like life-altering substances, you need to know about what it is you're taking and take it serious if you want to have a good altered experience.
Yeah, I think last time I did it serious, I was in Amsterdam too, and I accidentally did way too much. That's my problem.
Their weed is dry.
Is
Kind of like your vagina.
Oh. Wait, are you going to get into mushrooms? Because surely that's going to get legal soon?
I'm not,
No.
because for me, mushrooms are just not, they don't really speak to me. I've microdosed in
so
my
fun.
adult age, and I do enjoy that. But no, I'm good on that.
They make life so much better.
Do they?
But then sometimes I get a bit gassy, and it's like rigorous. And I'm like, I'm really
I
happy,
don't have
but I
that
just
same
wanna
effect
fart.
on those. I don't get gassy. I'm a doll. But I just find like them to be very intense.
Yeah.
And I'm not really looking for an intense drug experience. I've done that. I did all of them. I loved all of them. They were great fun. But now in my life, like I'm chill. I just need a little weed. And I'm good to go.
Where do you see the next 10 years going with weed? Because I know you can only sell in the state that you grow it in, right?
That's right. Look at you knowing laws. What
Well-
are you, like some lawyer?
I got glasses and things started making sense.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it is. It's very difficult. That's why right now my product is only sold in Chicago because we're not allowed to ship that product across state lines because every state has its own sort of classification for how it can be sold, packaged, marketed, etc.
Is that going to get lifted soon? Surely that's like...
I mean, who knows? We've been in this legal battle for decades, so I would love to see it lifted in my time, but I don't foresee it anytime soon.
What's the hardest state to get into? Is there?
The hardest
Oh, they're
state to
all
get
pretty
into, the
stupid.
ones that it isn't legal in.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Wait, so you're only in Chicago?
Yeah, as of right now.
Gosh, it's annoying, huh?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, I think for me, it's taken 10 years for me to be able to like launch my own product. So I'm just so happy that I finally did it, that I did it with the right people. Sway Dispensary is queer and BIPOC owned. The people who grew my cannabis, it's a new era. They're all women owned and operated. So
Wow.
it was really important to me that I worked with people that had the same ethos as myself. And I think that's why it took a decade, is because a lot of times companies would approach me, they'd want me to white label, and that's just not my interest. I wanted to be a part from the ground up, literally. So we actually grew part of my blend from seed to flower and saw that whole process through.
You really love this stuff. You're really in it.
I do. I really believe in it. You know, I come from Texas, where I was told it was the devil's lettuce. So when I discovered it out here in California, when I'd injured my back during a dance piece, I'm a dancer, and not that kind, although can be. Depends on the price. You know, I just really realized that, like, oh, this plant actually can change people's lives, myself included. And so that's why when I became a drag queen, like any sort of queen, I wanted to have a platform that was bigger than myself and something that I could stand on and promote with my full heart. And I just feel like cannabis is a really great way for harm reduction, for easing ailments that we use a lot of chemicals and pills for. And ultimately, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like growing up in Texas? How was that?
Tex ass, $, $.
There it is.
It was very unique, which is one
Okay.
of my favorite words to say when I'm trying to be nice about something.
Okay.
Great Tex-Mex, queso forever. You know, cheese is a choice, and I always choose yes.
What is the Tex-Mex? What is that?
Tex-Mex is Mexican food infused with a Texan flavor. So, like,
Whoa.
instead of black beans, you're going to have, like, double refried beans with yellow cheddar cheese on top. It's great.
That's good.
I love it. Yeah, it's
good.
like totally trashy. But,
Okay, good.
but
That's
I
my
love
life.
it.
Okay.
Right. That's why I figured you'd love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I see you.
Where in Texas?
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, I like Dallas.
Yeah, she's okay.
How high your
She's
voice
okay.
just went.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dallas, when I grew up, great. When the pandemic happened and all the Republicans from Orange County moved there, it became less appealing to me.
Yeah, the pandemic Lovato really fucked
It did.
ton of stuff
It
up.
did. I still call it the Corona
Okay.
because I love that beer.
Yeah.
I can't drink it, but I love it.
Yeah. Oh, really? You know to be a drinker?
I don't drink.
When did you stop?
Well, it's been an off and on journey my whole life. Right now,
Yeah.
I think we're on day like 25, so we're doing good. But
Okay.
I've gone 3 years.
Yeah.
But alcohol is definitely my kryptonite.
Interesting. How did you clock that? That was a bit of a.
Oh, it was kind of hard not to clock.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I get like that too. Like I'll have to.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'll like.
You?
I'm
No.
a sausage.
I know.
Yeah. No, but when I'm like, I'll have to like just do it once a year on like a birthday or New Year's, or else
Okay.
if I just keep going,
Yeah.
then I'm just slutting it out.
That's my thing is, you know, it's like moderation, right? And I've tried over many years to learn to moderate, but unfortunately, it's just not the way I work. I go
Yeah.
hard and I go ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There she is.
And then I'm up on the table, tits are out, you know.
Yeah.
Things are swinging. I mean, use your imagination. Girl. That's fierce. Yeah.
How's your pride been? Has it been?
It's
been like that?
Swinging. It's been lovely. It's been very busy.
Okay.
You know, I love Pride Month because it is an opportunity for me to make my actual booking fee. So I love that.
Oh, so this is really a busy time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
Oh, how do I do that? Oh, I guess I.
Well, you're doing it right now by having me here
Yeah.
and by supporting the dolls,
Yeah, I
which
love
you
my
have done
dolls.
so openly.
I love my
and
girls.
I want to say thank you for that.
No, I love my girls.
I know you do.
The
Oh, I know you do,
Okay.
honey. The word gets around. Trust. We have like, you know how dolphins communicate? Yeah, dolls have a similar, situation. So,
Okay, fun.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
I mean, I've seen it in everything.
Hey, yeah, I was actually at the Abbey the other weekend. It's so much fun.
Oh, okay, you're an Abbey participant.
It's my
Not
favorite.
shocking.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's just like where the straights go to like feel gay. I love it.
where else do you go?
My house.
Oh.
I'll have you feeling real gay in no time.
Okay. Oh my god. No, it was the most fun ever.
No,
And
it is. It's
crazy.
it's a fun place. I grew up performing there when I
Yeah.
first started drag.
Okay.
A long time ago. And yeah, I really love what, Tristan has done to reinvent it. The owner of Mr., among many other things. And yeah, I think it's definitely a great place for people to go and have fun and feel safe. But I will admit, I do feel the straights have infiltrated it a bit much. Yeah, you have, and so have your girls. So my, gentle suggestion would be just remember you're in our home, so be a homo.
Be a homo?
Yeah, you're in our home, so be a homo.
Okay. I'll remember that next time.
Please, and let me know.
No, it's actually so fun because everyone's like getting their clothes off.
Right.
And just there's cocks everywhere and people upside down twerking. I've never seen that.
I love it.
There's like a pole. The pole's on
I've
the roof.
hung off of it myself.
Have you really?
I have.
Do you twerk upside down?
I do.
I gotta see you go there.
You do.
Let's go.
Gonna need you to do a little YouTube Google next time before you have an icon in your chair. Sweetie. Toots.
Toots. Wait, so this is your 5-year anniversary of your transition?
It is.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I just celebrated it June 15th.
Wow, how's it been the last 5 years?
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous, okay.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways it's been the most freeing thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And in many ways it's been quite a struggle.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a struggle.
What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself?
The biggest thing I've learned is that I am very courageous and I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has there been a big surprise out of this whole transition?
No. I think I am really lucky that I grew up in the drag world around trans women. So I took my time. I didn't transition until I was 33. So, I really got to understand the community, what sort of, troubles and problems and conflicts that I would face. And, I really went into it with as much education as I could because I knew it would be a life-changing decision and I had to be willing to take those risks. And that is ultimately why I decided to do it is, I think one of the main things that comes with being trans is this idea that you will never be loved because you are a unicorn, because you are different. And I had to ultimately love myself enough to say, if that is the case, is this still the right shoe for me to put on? And that is what I decided. And it has been hard to find love, which is why I was like, boyfriend material. That's such a concept. So yeah, dating has been hard. Being taken serious as a trans woman by men is challenging. I'm fetishized, which is great. I love that. But, I've gotten to a point now, I'm 5 years in, I'm over the hookup and I'm over the fetish and I want to be taken serious and I want to be loved and I want to give that love back. And I just find that a lot of guys are afraid to be open about their love for dolls because they're going to be looked at differently, looked at as gay, looked at as, whatever. And that to me is just wild.
Isn't that an immature way of thinking though? Like to be.
It is, but I think that's how many men think, and it's so weird because even when I explain this to my cis girlfriends, they're like, oh, why don't you date him? I'm like, oh, he's gay. And they're like, right. And I'm like, but you don't understand. A gay man doesn't want breasts. Okay. So, it's even straight girls get it confused and don't understand fully like how to categorize me or the men that I like or the men that like me. And there's a lot of layers in being trans.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. I mean, imagine being this hot and talented and not having a man to come home to suck off every night. Oh. That's all I'm looking for, Harry. I'm not asking for much.
I'm quite surprised, to be honest.
Thank you. Me too. Yeah, I'm hoping actually being on this podcast, are we blurring words in here?
No.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'm hoping on this podcast, one of your tranny chaser friends will come after me because I'm ready.
Wow. I do have a few of them.
Oh, I know you do. So link a doll up, babe. We're going into summer and I'm ready.
They're white though. You don't want them. They're
you're
boring.
right. Never mind.
Vanilla. We need some uncut.
Can we not get more diverse friends? I tried with Dom.
Did you?
Of course. I was on his podcast too.
Did you try with him though?
Not really. No.
Oh.
No.
Did you see he just did a public casting for Heated Rivalry?
No, really?
Yeah.
I love him. Because he's like you too. He supports the girls openly and proudly and is like comfortable in his sexuality, and I love that.
He's the best.
We need more men like y'all in that way.
Yeah, everyone thinks me and him are gay.
In that way. Make sure we got that clarification.
In that way. Yeah, he's the best. And he's so good with this stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope he gets that.
Me too.
Been nice to see him kiss a guy.
I agreed.
He's so good.
I'm waiting on that too, sweetie. Sign me up.
I wish he still did his show.
His podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, he stopped it.
Yeah, he went back to Canada.
Oh.
He like comes back every now and then, but he
Do you blame him?
Oh, it's so nice.
If I had an option to go back to Canada, I would be too.
You want to go back to Dallas?
No.
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 Where would you live if you weren't living here?
Thailand.
Okay, really?
Yeah, it's my favorite country in the whole world.
No way.
Yeah. Swadika.
What did you just say?
Swadika.
S-
Swa.
Swa.
The.
The.
Ka. Swadika.
And what does that mean?
Hello.
Oh, I thought that meant something else.
No. No, I was actually saying something nice.
It sounds like sweaty cock.
Hot. I love that that's where your mind went. Sorry, I looked at yours as you said that, but it was just like, I was overstimulated.
No, I found this. You know what? It doesn't matter. Anyway, wait, why Thailand? What's
Well, first off, not everyone, but many people there are Buddhists. I find the people of the Buddhist religion to be very kind, to be very accepting, to understand that suffering is a part of life and to embrace that with a positive outlook. Their food is spicy and sour, which are my favorite two food profile flavors. I have a drag family there. I started a family called the House of Walrus. So I love them. I have a production company there as well called One Heart Productions, where we're touring American drag race superstars across Asia. It's beautiful. It's affordable. It's so unique in its appearance. You know, you can be in downtown and there's a jungle on one side and a temple on another. And it's a beautiful place. It's called the Land of Smiles for a reason.
What made you start all these companies and stuff down there?
Well, not all these companies.
Well,
it's one.
Just one. Sorry.
Drag family is separate.
Yeah, sorry.
What made me start it was, so the person who brought me my first time to Thailand, her name is Alista. She's my drag daughter. I just kind of fell in love with her and her friends. Not in love romantically, in love and friendship wise. And you know, after I went to Thailand and realized how many of the girls from Drag Race in America had never been, I was like, I want to share this experience with them. I want them to see how beautiful Asia is and how incredible that country is as a whole. And also, ultimately, I felt like Asia deserved to have us come there because we haven't really been historically going there often. You know, a couple girls will go here and there, but, you know, that's also been one of my missions as a drag queen, is to go to places where people don't go and make it more accessible for others. I think that's part of my activist work as a drag queen. You know, I was the first girl in Lima, Peru, and now they have a huge drag fest every year. So I really like to be that girl who's not afraid to go somewhere uncharted and open the doors for others. And I hope that's what I'm doing with Thailand and the rest of Asia. You know, last year or actually was it this year? It was this year. We toured Aquaria, and we're about to announce our next girl that we're bringing, actually 2 girls. So I'm very excited to just continue developing that and in hopes that one day I'll be able to live there.
How did you scout Peru? Were you just like, hey, I want to check this out? Or there's a market there?
Well, in the beginning of my career, I worked with an amazing woman who is still my dear sister to this day named Kristen Lovell. And she was an amazing manager. And she did all of that. I give her full credit for that. She did the legwork. She reached out to the people. She made those connections happen. And I just showed up and was sort of the face of her work. But I think both she and I had a similar concept and idea of how we progress drag forward. And that is by going to places that are not as accessible or maybe not as well attended and showing people look, there is a community here that wants this, and being that girl that takes that risk.
Wow. It must be so special to go to places like that and have a room full of people, and now they're all friends for life or building that community. That must be the
it is amazing
feeling.
And you know, there's a place in Colombia that I started and they had me back for their 5-year anniversary, and just seeing the growth of that company and knowing that I was just a little small part of that is so special to me. And it is why I do what I do, because I love helping people to love themselves more. And I think it's because it took me a really long time to love myself, and it's still taking quite a long time for me to love myself. I think this need and want to find a boyfriend has so much more to do with a lack of love that I'm giving myself, that I'm looking for something in an external person.
God,
I know, sorry to get deep.
no, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's and I'm sure someone watching is gonna be like, oh, I feel that too.
Oh, so you don't feel that?
I do feel that.
I've watched your shows, babe.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's okay. You can be real with me. You can let your guard down.
No, it's good. I get it.
You just want to be loved too. That's
No,
why you got a show called Boyfriend Material.
We all do.
Of course.
How did you start to build that love for yourself then? And
Through acceptance.
okay.
I think I had to accept that I was a unicorn.
Yeah.
And that was going to look and be a challenging thing. You know, I think when I first started drag, that was why I did drag, is because it was a way for me to categorize my femininity. It was a way for me to be like, oh, that's my job. That's not really who I am. It's just like something I put on and take off.
Yeah.
Because again, coming from Texas, I grew up with a lot of like, you know, subconscious misogyny and subconscious like, you must be tough, men don't cry kind of vibe. Even though my dad is a counselor and cries every day. It wasn't like my parents enforced this, but society enforces this.
Yeah.
Boys are pink, or boys are blue, girls are pink. See, I don't even know anymore these days.
We're whatever.
Right, exactly. We're whatever. Colors are genderless.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it started with me accepting my truth, and drag helped me to realize like, oh, actually, this is how I feel. And now I'm at a place in my life where drag is a challenge. It is my job.
Yeah.
It is my job.
Yeah. Does it take the fun out of it now if it's...
It does,
Okay.
yeah. And also, since you haven't Googled me to see what I do, I jump off like, 2-foot story buildings into splits, and I'm known for a lot of like crazy stunts and shows and shenanigans.
Yeah.
And
that's how you hurt your back?
Well, no, actually, that was doing a real dance piece in college. This is just faggotry. But yeah, so for me, I'm finding it as I, now have transitioned and I'm able to live like this in my truth, putting on the big lashes and the rhinestones and the showgirl outfits. It's not as fun for me. It's more fun for me to just be myself and just be like, the gorgeous hot transsexual I am, as opposed to like the full-on drag queen.
Yeah, were you playing a character when you were on RuPaul, you feel, or no?
Well, the audience will tell you yes.
Yeah.
RuPaul will tell you yes. I will tell you at 23 years old, no, I was being authentically myself, which happened to be an annoying, sensitive, over-the-top drag queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, was there ever...
I've never not known how to be myself, though. That's just like... I don't really have an option. Whatever comes out of here is just me. And sometimes, it's too much. And so then I created Team Too Much and I owned it. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to be.
Yeah. You got to own it.
How did drag race come about for you? Was it an audition process? Or?
I was working at a club here in Los Angeles called Mickey's. You might have heard of her.
Yes.
No?
Maybe I've been there.
I think you've been there. Anyways, so a club called Mickey's. And basically, I had kind of created a platform for myself. This was back in the day before drag queens had like huge Instagram followings. And I had created quite a good one at the time. And so I'd caught in the attention of the casting directors of RuPaul's Drag Race. And then my drag mother, Alyssa Edwards, had gone on the season before me, and she was a fan favorite, hands down. She's now our reigning global superstar.
Wow.
But I think that the producers saw my talent and saw the connection with Alyssa and were like, this is a good fit. Plus, they also saw my psych evaluation and said, oh, this bitch is nuts. She'll make great TV. She's perfect. Yeah. We're going to get her to cry. We're going to get her to fight. We're going to get her to scream. She's the one.
If you could do it all again right now.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, I would do it again because it changed my life. I mean, it's allowed me to travel the world and to touch the lives of so many people, and that's such a gift. So I would do it again. Would I do it differently, which is what I assume you were going to ask?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I believe everything happens for a reason.
Do you think the audience is different like now if they're watching it compared to back then?
I really don't know how audiences would receive it now.
Okay.
I mean, I think, I see things online because it's like on streaming platforms.
Yeah.
So I see people who've never seen it go back and watch it, and their reaction is generally the same, which is that I'm annoying and too much. So I don't think it really would be different if I was on it now.
Yeah.
But I do think that I changed the landscape of that show. I'm known for a lot of my catchphrases. I'm known for sort of like my workroom interests as a boy. There was a lot of things that I kind of set the precedent for. And so it would be weird to go back now with the precedent that I had already set, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you watch it? Have you ever watched it back?
When paid to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I host viewing parties. I'll do podcasts on it, But no, in my free time, the last thing I want to do is more drag.
Well, I don't know. You could watch it and be like, oh, interesting. Because when I watch I know it's different. But
I watch your shows too, though.
Yeah, but
love dating shows.
I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. On
You're
this
great TV.
Okay.
It's great TV. Just fuck boy down.
Okay, hey, I'm good now.
Are you?
You'll see.
Okay. Is this where we break into a musical?
Yeah, no, I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm almost 30.
Okay.
I'm growing up.
Yeah.
I've got glasses.
Right.
And I've got my feet on the table.
Right.
We're growing up.
Yeah.
Wait, have you ever been asked to do All Stars?
I have.
Would you do it?
No.
Why not?
Because I already went back. I was a
Okay.
lip sync assassin. Another thing you missed.
No, I have
and
it on my
I jumped
questions.
from the roof
Okay.
and landed in the splits when I entered. And
Okay.
it was so epic that I just don't think that I could ever top that.
Yeah.
And I don't top in general for the tranny chasers out there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're a power bottom? Is that what? No?
I wouldn't even say power bottom. I was back in the day when I was drinking. Oh, mama, you could have railed me like a drain. But now, I'm a woman. I'm mature. I need you to love me. I need you
Okay.
to make love to the doll.
Look in the eyes.
Yeah, I like the look in the eyes for sure, but I think it's more about the touch, the sensuality.
Okay.
Because I love a good doggy style. I mean, I don't have to be looking at the eyes, But I do want to feel special and not just used.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, I mean, we loved being used.
Yeah.
Loved it. Spit in my mouth, choke me, throw me against a wall.
Yeah.
Now do that, but with love.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit of care. We want
Yeah.
to cuddle after.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah. That's so
Whereas
good.
before it was like, oh, I just want to leave.
Yeah, get away from
I'm good. And now I'm looking at you and you're not that cute. And why'd I do this? And I'm tired and the hangover and just, I gotta
Not
go.
good.
But now,
Now,
Right.
we love love.
we do love love.
Yeah, wait,
I'm such a lover girl.
What's your dream guy?
God, someone who communicates.
Okay, well, you really ask for the bare minimum.
Well, I just think so far in my experience of my very limited dating
just
as
someone
a
that
trans woman,
talks.
yeah, someone that communicates, that is
Yeah.
openly
Okay.
pursuing me and excited about it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
finding right now that I go on these dates with men and they do the bare minimum. They open the car door, they pay for dinner, they take me to a nice spot.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's sort of it. And I saw this thing that I realized is so true. It's like, I'm always like, oh, the date went amazing. It went great. He's the one. And I'm realizing no, that's actually me. And I'm projecting that onto them because I'm fun. I'm good at conversations. I'm the one bringing that fucking plug and igniting the relationship. Is my
Yeah.
titty coming out?
Yeah, perfect.
Do you like that?
I love that.
What's your quote about? Can we pop one out?
You can.
Oh, no, we're going to save that. They have to pay behind the wall. Don't act brand new, OF. Come on. But after, when we cut cameras,
Yeah,
sure, baby.
get the girls out.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta see it.
What did you say? You said something.
No.
Pop a nipple or
Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I've
pop
said
your nipple out.
something like that. I say a lot of weird
I
shit.
love that you don't even remember your own phrases.
No, I say a lot of weird shit, and then I'm like,
Did I say that?
yeah, and then I watch it back. I'm like, shut up.
No, watch
Yeah.
it back and cheer yourself on.
No.
It's why people love you.
No.
It is.
Well, hopefully
They
Yeah,
do.
no.
But see, this is what men do. You see how this is working? Now you're getting me to compliment you. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just over that.
Yeah.
I'm ready for someone to be all about me and
Okay.
into the doll.
Yeah.
And just communicating their interest in me.
So why did your last date not work out? What happened?
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That's
just
it.
didn't talk.
He was handsome. He was tall. He did the bare minimum. But he just... So I run men through a list, basically, in the beginning, before I'll even meet them.
Okay.
First off, you got to be 6 foot tall. It's my only superficial thing.
Okay.
But you got to be at least 6 foot tall because I wear heels
What
and
about
I want
the
you to
short
pick
kings?
me up.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I fell in love with the short king once. He was my
Mm-hmm.
best friend, but he would have gotten the pass for sure.
Mm.
Oh yeah, because he had BDE.
Wow.
Well, and he also had a BDE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the
So
only
that-
short king.
But no, I'm not a size queen. I'm not a size queen. I'm
Okay.
over that era. So
Okay.
tall is number one. Top, number two. Looking for a long-term, serious, committed relationship, number three. And has dated or is open about dating trans women. Because
Yeah.
I'm also not looking to be your mommy and teach you about this world.
Yeah.
So I kind of need you to go figure all that out.
Mm.
But I'm finding that that's very few and far between.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
Guys just don't want to talk about it? Or
I
be
just
open
think
about
that we're still taboo, and we're still like, there's just not a lot of men who will openly with their chest and their heart say like, I love trans women, and I'm like confident in that.
In LA? I feel like this is the
Yeah.
most accepting place, no?
No.
No? What are we doing?
I don't know.
What's going on,
I think what
everyone?
we're doing is there isn't enough straight men coming forward and being like, bro, if you like a trans woman, that doesn't make you gay.
Yeah, who cares?
Or also that,
Yeah.
which I really love.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the
Who
big deal?
cares?
Who
If you
cares?
like that, you like that.
Yeah.
That's the wave I'm on. And I'll be honest, I think for me, I'm looking for a man who doesn't necessarily identifies as straight, because I do not identify as a woman, period. I identify as a trans woman. I'm very proud of that distinction. I believe we belong under the same umbrella of femininity as women, but ultimately my experience to her experience is very different. And I say, let's celebrate that difference.
Yeah.
And
okay.
so I do feel like a man that is going to end up with me will most likely identify as like queer, pan, bi, demi. I mean, there's so many titles now to basically say like, I like what I like.
Yeah.
So I do think that is also maybe something that got in the way of my last dating moment, is they identified as straight. And as you can tell, I'm just like very loudly and proudly queer.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not trying to like fit into some sort of like how a woman's supposed to act.
This has got to be like frustrating as well when you
Yeah.
meet a guy. But do you feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself? When
Always.
Yeah, I'm like,
Always.
yeah, because
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, because I'm like, you have the checklist.
Yeah.
Like, surely it's fun, but then also I wouldn't know, because I'm sure you go out with guys, like as you said, they want to do it in secret or whatever.
I just think a lot of guys are very intrigued by me,
Yeah.
and I think for them it's like a show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm entertaining. I think they enjoy my company, but I just think that I'm also a lot. I know what I want. I'm not afraid to say it. And I think, people nowadays, it's like all about like being chill and being cool and not being pressed. And I'm just not that girl. I know what I want. I'm 37 years old. I've been in this industry for over a decade. I don't got time for games.
Yeah.
And when you say you're looking for a long-term, serious, committed relationship, and you agree to that before we ever meet, and then we meet and you're like, well, I actually just...
I'm trying to get a bit of kitty.
Stop.
Get out of here.
Stop. I already told you what I'm looking for. So now
Yeah.
you're mad at me because I'm looking for it actively and like
Yeah.
actively trying to pursue that? I already told you that.
Are you throwing that cat up on the first night?
The cat up
Yeah,
on the first night?
Letting that kitty out or no?
No.
No, really?
No. I might give him head.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But no, actually, no.
No.
No, stop. See, look at what you're doing to me.
I'm just
This
curious.
is the power of the Harry. No, I'm not.
I just don't know when that cat's getting put out,
The cat's getting put out when they deserve it. How about that?
Okay.
When they show that they're serious about me.
Yeah, we put that cat out. That's good.
Right.
Okay, if you look back at day one of being a T-girl, what advice would you give yourself?
Girl, I love it.
Is that what, am I allowed to say
Sure,
that?
I love it. You can say whatever the fuck
Am I-
you want. I
okay.
said tranny up in here. So.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I know. You're
I'm
not allowed to say that one.
I'm scared.
On camera.
Okay.
Off camera, call me tranny all you want, baby.
No, but what advice would you give yourself? Go and look back to day one,
Before transitioning,
No, the day you transition. If you could give yourself advice.
get tits sooner.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I waited like 3 years. I'm like, why do we wait for that, babe? Just get them.
Yeah.
I like in the beginning was very that girl that was like, I'm not having any surgery. I'm going to be natural. I'm beautiful as I am. God made me this way. And then after starting hormones and injecting estrogen into my body and growing what was man boobs, I was like, oh, yeah, no, this isn't working. And so I, thanks to Dr. Rosenberg in Beverly Hills, got my breasts and got like a 360 lipo and my BBL. And, it definitely changed my life and helped me to feel more authentically myself.
Wow.
So I definitely think I would tell young T-girl,
T-girl.
get the tits.
Get the tits.
Just get them.
Just do them.
You just want, girl, they just change your life.
There they are.
They're so beautiful. And I love them.
We love them.
I do.
It must be wild just grab,
It's amazing.
Did you grab them for like the first month? And
I still do.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
wouldn't
night.
you?
I'm just like, God damn, you're so hot. I can't believe there's not someone here to suck on them.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Guys, get the deals.
Right, please.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I'm
wifey material, babe.
You are.
I will scare you, and then I will love you down.
Yeah. And that's what a perfect wife is.
It is. Because if you don't have a little bit of fear of your woman, you're not in a real relationship.
Yeah,
Because
that's
mama,
not a
that
real
woman
woman.
should be able to control you with her eyes, and you'd be like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
Because in the bedroom, I'm yes, sir. So, you know what I mean? Teeter-totter.
Okay, I want to play a game.
I love a game.
Do you want to do a game?
Sure.
It's called OKURRR or NO-KURR. Did I do that right?
It's OKURRR or what's the other one?
NO-KURR.
NO-KURR. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, the Abbey. Is that an OKURRR or NO-KURR?
OKURRR.
Okay. Low-rise jeans?
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Really? It's good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On me? No.
I'm trying to imagine you low-rise. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I love low-rise jeans. A little boxer showing, a little Calvin Klein with a low-rise.
Oh, I got it.
Are you in Calvin's today?
Brand new.
T.
Nice and white.
Mm-hmm.
The bracket system for the latest All-Star season.
I love that you say that with such confusion. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Okay.
It's interesting format.
Lip sync assassins.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Upper blef surgery?
Well, I don't know what the fuck that is, babe.
Girl, me neither.
Is this some subliminal messaging from your team that I need an upper blast?
No. Yeah, Marshall.
This thing tightens right here. I don't know. There's really popular in Hollywood.
Okay.
We put it on there.
Well, I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Because any surgery that's going to make me look more gorge,
I
sign
need
me
it.
up.
I need it. Buccal
You
fat
don't need it.
removal.
No.
I need to get that. I got
No.
the fattest face.
No,
in
I
the
like
game.
that. Don't do that. You'll look so gaunt and
I got you again. See? Now
What?
you give me compliments.
Oh, sorry, but no. I think the buccal fat... Buccal?
Buckle?
Buckle?
Buckle.
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 I think it makes people look so hollow and gaunt. It's kind of what Ozempic is doing to everyone right now, too. It's like the heroin chic look, and I'm not a fan.
But isn't that in? Wasn't that in at a point?
I don't care if it's in or out. For me, if you're asking me personally, it's a no. I think you would look so weird if you were like cheeked in. You have this like jawline, and so then you're gonna have this big jawline, but then you're gonna have an indent. It would
Yeah.
look weird.
I'm not like an action figure.
No, just use contour. You're fine.
Oh, yeah. I need to figure out how to do makeup.
Right.
That would be good. If I figure that out.
Well, they
it's
told me you
over.
were getting ready when I got here. I assumed you were putting on a light beat.
Yeah, I've got one on.
Do you have any
No.
in your bag?
Do you have any?
Makeup?
No.
Let's see.
no.
Do you want to see what's in my bag? We have perfume. We have a mirror. We have gloss. We have my vape, of course.
Yep.
We have my Versace wallet and
Yep.
my phone. That's it. I came very just 1-2
Wow.
for you.
And you live right here.
Right? Exactly. Down the street.
Duck walk? Is that a?
Uh-huh.
Is that
It's a type
occurring?
of move. Anitra made it famous on TV, but it's actually from the ballroom community. It's a yes for sure.
What is a duck walk?
It's a move from the ballroom community where you're down, like you're squatted down on both legs, and you're sort of kicking out very
I've
fast.
seen that.
They do like arm movements
Yeah,
that
yeah,
go
yeah.
with it
Okay.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a very fierce move that I cannot do anymore.
Yeah, I don't have knees for that.
I used to have meg knees, but now they're just sit at home and cross and look pretty knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's use
Yeah.
for those.
Or on my knees to suck.
And there it is.
And there it is.
And death drop. So is that an occur or no occur?
It's going to be a no-KURR because the actual term is dip. So we're going to do a little education here.
Talk to me.
So again, Drag Race has, popularized the term death drop. It is what I originally learned the move as. It's what I'm known for. It's one of my signature moves. It's basically where you go from standing to falling on your
Also
back.
really bad for the knees.
Very bad for the knees. But yeah, the proper terminology is dip. And again, this is something that was appropriated from the ballroom community. And once I was educated on this, I've definitely made it a mission to let people know that it's important that we acknowledge the community by our respect through giving proper terminology. As a dancer, I understand this more than anyone. It's like calling a ballet move an Italian word instead of French, or it's not respecting the culture that it comes from. So we're gonna no-KURR
No occur.
on death drop, but we're gonna OKURR on dip.
On dip. Wait, did your back get fucked from that? Like, cause you slammed down, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like did you get winded?
My back is good, baby.
It's a good arch.
You haven't
Um,
seen nothing yet.
raw cannabis salads. Is that okay?
I just heard raw and got excited. What was it?
Guys,
I like making you flustered.
yeah, I don't even know how
You
to.
thought you were too hot to handle.
No, the funny thing is
Looks like
I'm-
you found your perfect match, babe.
There it is. No, the funny thing is, like, I'm usually good at like follow-up questions, but how you answer, I got nothing. Like, I'm so overwhelmed.
You're just not good with the follow through.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Wow.
We didn't see that on TV.
There it is again.
Raw cannabis salad?
Yeah, restaurants.
Who wrote that?
uh,
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, restaurants that add raw cannabis to their salads, you can get high from. You can't get
You
high from.
cannot get high from.
Oh.
So again, I'm going to say it depends on the cannabis. If the cannabis is terpene heavy and it's adding a flavor to the meal, sure, I'm into it. I'm also into like juicing the leaves or leaves as decoration. So
Okay.
I'm going to OKURRR it.
Okay, OKURRR.
Yeah.
Mickey's and WeHo. OKURRR?
OKURRR, yeah.
Okay. Vaping?
You said I can do anything in here, right?
You can literally do anything.
It's not only an OKURRR, it's a
There it is. Wow, that's a cool bit.
OKURRR. Love vaping.
That was
There is
cool.
nothing like a fucking fruity flavored battery.
Really? It's that
Yeah,
good?
it's so bad for you. I love it.
Oh.
Love it.
Katy Perry dating Justin Trudeau. Is that OKURRR or no-KURRR?
Who's Justin Trudeau?
The Prime Minister, or was the Prime Minister of Canada? And then he
Oh,
dropped
I'm
out.
okay with that. Anyone from Canada? Yes.
Okay.
Well,
And-
not anyone actually. I just worked with someone from there, and
Yeah.
he's not okay.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay. Dua Lipa's wedding.
don't care.
It's okay. Okay.
No, I'm known for performing her song "Physical,"
Okay.
and she gave me dust, so I give her dust back.
What do you mean she gave you this?
I mean, it was a cultural reset moment, and there was just like, I think I got a retweet, you know? Like, there was just so many opportunities for collabs there, and she just didn't see it for me, and so I don't see it for her. I mean, I'm happy she's married, though. Everyone deserves love.
Yeah.
But I'm not OKURRing it or not OKURRing it. I'm just passing it.
Yeah,
I'm
pass it.
puff passing it.
Puff, puff. Hairography, which I learned about.
I saw that wig that you had with Sasha Colby was terrible.
She's
She
great.
didn't bring that, did she?
No, it was these guys.
Oh,
Imagine.
next time you're going to need to get Webster wigs.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Did you just do like 5 brand deals in this thing?
Baby. You thought this was just about me coming to see you? Queen, please. No, I love Webster wigs. They're amazing.
They're good?
Out in the UK. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
started my career in. I'm on all their brochures.
Wow.
But yeah, I just love them. But
Big
yeah,
OKURRR?
that wig you had was terrible.
Yeah,
It was frightening.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
And then the whole
Sasha
time,
is the hairography queen.
she's great.
Oh, so wonderful,
She's
right?
so great.
So nice. So
We had
funny.
such a good time.
Yeah.
Love her so much.
She's an icon.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's got her weed too, Flamers.
She does.
Flaming?
Now, there is a big distinction that I'd
Okay.
like to point out.
Here we go. Sorry.
She partnered with Flamer to create a product. I partnered with New Era and Sway to build a brand. So I'm not just like a product of a product, you know, which, and this is no shade to Sasha. I've
Yeah.
smoked the joint. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's great. And I love Flamer. They're queer owned as well. And I think BIPOC owned as well. So love them.
Yeah.
But I've created a brand. So
Okay.
what's cool about this deal is that I can then take that brand to other dispensaries, to other growers, and continue to develop that. Whereas Sasha is exclusive with Flamer.
Oh, I see.
So it's a
Okay.
product. I'm a
Okay.
brand.
What's the end goal with your brand? Like, is
World domination.
world domination. Do you want to sell it at any point, or is it just always you just want to grow it? And or
I
you
don't
first-
ever foresee selling my brand. No.
Okay.
I'm such a Capricorn, and I have to be in control. I mean,
Mm.
even when it came down to the launch, like I was so hands-on. I was building my own balloon arches. I ordered green carpets and green stanchions. Like
Wow.
I'm very much involved in anything you see that is Laganja based.
Mm.
And that is why I am where I am today. So I don't forever foresee me selling my brand. Do I see myself selling out? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, for sure.
How could you not?
Yeah. Where are the depends? I'm ready.
Yeah.
We're getting there, you know, clock is ticking. So I'm down. I'll sell out. But sell my brand, I don't think I could
No.
ever do that. I'm
No.
too proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your dream goal right now? Where you
To
see
fall in love.
Okay.
It really is.
Are you putting too much pressure on yourself though? You think?
Probably, but that's what I
Yeah.
do best.
No, come on.
Yeah, they make diamonds, babe.
Yeah. Oh, you're so good.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing. I feel like every time I've gone and be like, you know what, I need to find a wife right now. I need
Yeah.
to do it. It's like push it away. But then when I don't care, comes,
Yeah, I don't like that idea, and trust me, I get it
Okay.
all the time, and you know, I'm known as a try hard, But I don't see that as a bad thing. What is wrong with trying hard?
No,
I
it's
think
the
that's
best,
beautiful. In a world that is so complacent, I am not afraid to say with my full chest and beautiful breasts that, like, I try hard. And I think we all want to be in love. And so why do we pretend that we don't want that we don't have this innate thing inside of us that wants companionship? So no, I disagree. And I think knowing what you want will attract it. And I just think I haven't met a confident man who knows he's also ready to be in love.
We gotta go to Brazil or something.
Love Brazil. Oh, the best sex ever.
Oh my God. What is going on in
Best
Brazil?
sex ever. Well, they're passionate.
They love
See,
love.
they're not afraid.
Yeah. I went to a club there and everyone was just twerking and
Yeah.
throwing their bussies out. Like I was with my friend Markel.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who
I mean,
was
they're
us was-
definitely, hypersexualized, which I think is unfair because
Okay.
they are passionate. And there's
Yeah.
a big difference between that, between being hypersexual and just being passionate.
Yeah.
I also think culturally, they kiss each other when they first meet. Like their spatial awareness is so different from us
I
in
wish we were
America. Everyone
Brazilian.
here is like, my bubble, whereas Brazilians are like hugging and kissing when they first meet. And
Yeah.
I find myself very much like that as well. I can go on one date and be like, all right, I'm in. I don't need to go on 5. I really don't. I know instantly if there's a connection or not. And I think that's because I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. So I just think it is a confidence thing. And so this whole idea of like, care less and it will come. That's bullshit.
Okay.
I've not cared for a decade and I'm still over here waiting.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to care.
No, trying to get. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
What's next for you? Like, what's your dream? Is there a dream TV show? Dream?
Well, I have many dreams.
Okay.
The ones that I'm currently working on right now is diversifying my choreography. So I went to school and got my degree in dance and choreography.
Wow.
So I'm very excited to be choreographing Jawbreaker, the musical.
Wow.
It's a very famous movie from the early 90s. And it starred Rose McGowan, and it's brilliant cult classic. And so now they've adapted it and turned it into a musical. It's going to be here in LA. And so I am the official choreographer of that, which I'm very excited about.
Wow.
And I've also been working on another musical called Misstep, which is an original musical about a trans woman who finds out that her father was like an aerobics Olympian. Well, he wasn't an Olympian, but he was an aerobics winner. And so she ends up kind of forming her own team to compete in a competition that he didn't get to finish. And I've been on that project now for over 3 years, and we're finally going to Off-Broadway next year with Playwrights Horizons. So I'm very excited about that.
Wow.
My biggest dream is to be an EGOT. Do you know what that is?
That's an award. That's all the awards.
It's all the awards.
Yeah, that's all of them.
EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
How
EGOT.
close are we?
How close are we? Well,
Yeah.
I've got none of them
Okay.
yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, not yet.
Who
Not
knows?
yet, but I will.
But it's
and I
coming.
think the Tony is coming first. So I'm
Okay.
very excited about
We love
that.
Tony.
But I am making, I make music as well, so I'd love
Yeah.
to have a Grammy for that. And I would, of course, love to go into more television. I mean, my ultimate dream for television is a dating show that is for trans people. I would love
fun.
that. I would just,
Fun.
I would be so perfect. I would probably not find the love of my life, but I would make incredible TV because I'd fall in love episode 1.
Yeah.
He would break my heart episode 2.
Yeah.
By episode 3, I'd be doing the revenge story.
And Laganja, that's the cameraman. Stop talking to him.
What?
No, you'd be like trying to flirt with the camera guy.
No.
Anyone that would give
no,
you
No.
No.
No. Because the cameraman's off camera, baby.
No, you never
RuPaul
know.
taught me
No.
if it ain't on camera, it didn't happen.
Oh,
So-
really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I think like a dating show for trans people would be brilliant.
Why has that not happened yet? Has that happened?
Because we're in Trump's America, babe.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're not liked right now.
Okay.
But we'll get back. People will realize we're
Yeah.
goddesses. We're gifts.
Yeah, unicorns.
What?
The unicorn.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were casting a villain version of RuPaul, which your former castmates would be the first person you call?
Oh, like if I was casting a villain season, who
Yeah,
would go on?
yeah.
Gia Gunn would be number 1.
Okay.
We were on the same season of
Yeah.
RuPaul's Drag Race, and she's an icon and very not afraid to say what she thinks. Other villains that would be good would be Plain Jane, Mistress Isabella Brooks. And that's really all I can think of,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm not like a villain rooter, but
Okay.
Gia happens to be a close friend. So like I love her villain era,
Yeah.
but everyone else I'm like, ew, trash. Yeah, I mean, come on. I know we all have to have a villain.
Yeah.
I kind of was a villain on my season, but not because I was mean, just because I was annoying.
Okay.
So yeah.
Who are the 4 people on your Mount Rushmore of RuPaul's Drag Race queens?
Meaning, like, who are the best drag queens?
The best ever, yeah.
Sasha Velour.
Yeah.
Sasha Colby. Alyssa Edwards. Latrice Royale.
Wow, okay.
There's only 4 on Mount Rushmore, right?
I think so.
Okay.
But there can be more if you want. No?
I mean, there's so many, so I
There's so many.
could name forever, but let's just stick with those top
Okay.
4.
What is the most fake thing about reality TV that viewers think is 100% real?
Well, it's all fake.
Well, no. Sometimes it's nice. Okay,
What was
so
real for you? Please.
Me being there.
Yeah, right. You showing up. No, I
That's
mean,
real?
reality TV is real in a way, sure, but
Yeah.
I always say that reality TV is just cheap actors.
True.
We're just cheap actors.
We are.
You know, I mean, it's guided, it's produced, it's manufactured, it's manipulated. You know, so. But I think people know that now, and I think we've openly accepted it, and we're just like, great, keep manipulating and making that bitch cry because it's good TV.
It's good TV.
You know.
Are you watching any?
Of course, Love Island.
Oh my God.
So good.
What's
You know who I'm rooting for though?
Corbin?
Bryce and Zach.
Oh.
Duh. Are you kidding?
Yeah. No.
They so want a bone.
Are they? Do you think?
I know so.
No way.
Yeah, look at them.
You really think there's
Yeah.
something going on with those two?
I'm ready. I'm ready. It would
Interesting.
just shake the system up so fierce.
No, because there was, I think there was a video or a selfie of Corbin, and they're in the back, and one of their hands is in the
Yeah,
other
I
one's
know.
back pocket.
Right. But I think all that's like not fair. And I
not fair.
actually no,
Yeah.
and I do say a lot of this with like a jest because ultimately, like when those boys get off and see, I hope that they'll have enough like strength in their masculinity to understand that like this is a beautiful thing. I wish more straight men could be that way towards each other
It's
and
so
be
much
like
fun.
kind and
Yeah,
sweet to each
nice.
other. And like, you know, the fact that we're all calling them gay is kind of problematic in my opinion, because it's just, again, perpetuating this idea that like men can't have emotions towards one another or like show their affection towards each other physically. And I think that that's dumb. But yeah, I think if I had to pick a couple, honestly, this season's Borella.
Really?
Yeah, it's chicken scratch. It's like not giving. I think last season was so much more iconic. Jeremiah, are you kidding? Oh, that was dad.
He was on the show. Yeah, he's loved it.
Dad.
Really?
Oh, that's dad.
You'd let him
Boots.
rattle your
Whatever
cage?
he wanted.
Wow.
First night, kitty cat down.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah's fine. And then who's the Brazilian on the season this year?
Gabe.
Woof.
Oh.
Woof.
But he had
Tear
some
me
stuff
up.
come out too, no?
What?
You didn't see that?
No.
His old employee that he worked, or not employee, but someone he worked with was like, oh yeah, me and Gabe used to fuck around.
A man?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I love
He's-
it.
He's passionate.
You know, the sooner we can all just accept the fact that gender and sexuality both are on a sliding scale,
Yeah.
the happier we'll all
And
be.
everyone's fucking.
Just, who cares? Just be who you are, like
Just
who
do
you
it.
like.
Yeah, who cares?
It's so silly that we have all these like attachments to like, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be called that. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares
Just
about
be
words?
free.
Just be
That's
you.
what trans people really do, is
Yeah.
we represent freedom. And I think that is another reason why I'm having trouble dating, is they're intrigued, they're interested, but they're scared of my freedom. They're scared of the fact that like, I just don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't get like my mentality is like I just also don't understand like if you're into it, you're into it.
Right.
If you're not, you're not.
Right.
All good.
Great.
Keep it moving.
Absolutely.
People are stupid.
They are.
Last and final question.
Okay.
What's the most unhinged thing you've seen a castmate do to ensure they get more screen time?
Oh, I am that castmate.
Oh, you're that one?
Yeah, I am.
Wait,
that
what's the
castmate.
craziest thing you've done for screen time?
Oh my God, everything.
Okay.
Everything I did was for screen time.
Yeah.
You know, my drag mother, she told me before I went in, she was like, whatever you do, just keep the cameras on you. So I took that to heart.
That's the best advice.
It is. So I was underneath tables. Like at
Yeah.
one point we had like a writing challenge and everyone broke up and they were all on top of the tables. I was sitting underneath the table. They wouldn't allow me to smoke marijuana on RuPaul's Drag Race back at the time, which is another thing I helped change. You're welcome, queens. And so I took the no smoking sign from the hotel and I like wore it in my head. I would come in ridiculous outfits. I always had catchphrases. I mean, I kept
Yeah.
the cameras on me.
See, the funny thing is when people do reality TV shows, like, oh, you just want screen time or you just want to be famous. It's like, well, it's kind of 80% of it, right? Like, and the sooner you admit that and acknowledge that, like, the less snaky you'll look. Because a lot of people that are trying to do shit, they kind of just look snaky.
Right. Because
And
they're like,
weird.
no, I'm really here for love. It's like, no, you're here to sell your coffee.
Yeah. You
No,
were-
no tea though. Jimmy Sotos. Oh, love him.
Yeah, he was cool.
So
Wait, you watched everything?
I watch everything. I watch every dating show known to man because I'm so in love with love.
Yeah, it's so
And I want
nice.
that for me.
Yeah. Out of all your outfits,
Mhm.
what was your favorite?
Nothing. You know what's gonna happen, sweetie.
Wow, there it was. They look great.
They do.
There we go.
My favorite outfit of mine that I've ever worn. I mean, that's
Yeah.
so impossible to pick because I keep coming out with new outfits that I love to wear. My most favorite recent outfit I wore was for the launch of my Cannabis line, and it's a giant marijuana leaf. So I love that. But on RuPaul's Drag Race, my favorite outfit was my butterfly dress.
Yeah. What about other casts? Is there any other favorite outfits of anyone
Sasha
else?
Colby's crowning look, amazing. Violet Chachki's crowning look, amazing. Sonique's green look, amazing. Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's a lot.
We love them.
There's a lot.
Anything you want to plug before we go?
Just my whole.
You know, I've never actually heard that.
Really?
On the show. No one's ever said, looked me in the eyes and said, plug my hole.
Well, plug my hole.
There,
Plug my hole.
yeah.
Plug my hole.
That's the episode, you guys. Thanks so much. It's like, I don't know how to answer. Like, half the stuff you said.